was big round here. Excuse me. It's cheap off eBay. I'd like to give you my TED Talk. Ideas.
And to next.
I'd like to deliver my TED Talk. Ideas still worth sharing. I want to tell you how I came to be so hot in bed. Not just any old hot. H-A-W-T hot. Nando's 4 chilies hot. A health and safety guy with goggles and asbestos gloves kind of hot. Really hot. And it wakes me up at 4 o'clock every freaking morning. I throw the covers off and I'm still glowing like a nuclear reactor. Because you see, last year I turned 50 and I began what I like to call my hormonal adventure. It's like a roller coaster of heat and frustration. A roller coaster bigger than any goose fair and not a cock on a stick in sight. And the trouble is with getting woken up with the heat in the middle of the night is it makes me very tired. And my energy levels just keep dipping and dipping. And you know when you're at work and it's death by PowerPoint and you can't keep your eyes open and it's really embarrassing because I'm the one delivering the PowerPoint at that point. It's just terrible. And the lack of sleep, it kind of makes me really frustrated and a bit nudgy, which is unusual for me because I'm a really calm kind of person. And, well, I don't really get road rage. I might wave with a few less fingers than I did before. And, pavement rage, I get a bit of that. And, supermarket trolley rage, I get a bit of that. And other people's eating noises rage. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of things that are driving me crazy. But actually, I'm quite zen-like usually. I do yoga, for God's sake. I know how to breathe. But still, the frustration rises and I really end up gritting my teeth and growling at people. And they look at me a bit surprised because I'm delivering a keynote on positivity and stress reduction. They're wondering what it's all about. Authenticity. Go figure, try the menopause. Anyway, it all came to a head. It all came to a head a few weeks ago. I was invited to a really posh business awards dinner. I'm thinking, oh no, it's going to be hot, it's probably going to be boring, it's going to be formal, it's going to be fusty, I'm going to get hot, I'm going to get frustrated, it's going to be a big problem. But earlier that day, I found something that I thought might just be the answer. A small, handheld, battery-operated personal device. And I thought this could just solve all of my symptoms in under 5 minutes. That quick. It's the batteries. So I thought, oh, okay, we'll go with this. I snuck it into my bag. I'm thinking it might be a private moment partway through the evening. I could slip it out, relieve my tension. Everyone's a winner. And sure enough, I got to the dinner and it was formal and fusty. And the speakers were male, pale, and stale. I'm sorry, but it's true. And the frustration started to rise, and I started to get hotter and hotter and hotter, and I thought to myself, hang on, reframe, Pam, reframe, we're reframing. Okay, this is not a hot flush, this is a power surge. But it didn't work. You see, by this time I was already hot and frustrated, and I have to tell you why, because earlier in the evening, I drank a glass of Prosecco on an empty stomach, and I'm not very good at drinking. I really need to practice more. I was aiming to learn from a few folks here. And so I drunk it down a bit quickly, and it makes me a bit giddy and a bit daft. Yes, even more than usual. I know, it's hard to believe. And I ended up telling the suited and booted male lawyers on my table a story about when my girlfriend's rabbit went missing. And I was telling them with great gusto, being a storyteller, about how he had to get a drain man with a camera on the end of a cable and send it 25 feet down the hole to find her. The rabbit, not my girlfriend. She's not that skinny. And I'm telling this story and I see it happen again. It happens a lot. There's a certain look that comes across some men's faces when they register that my partner is a woman. They kind of get this look around the eyes somewhere. And just for once, do you know, I would love to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Because if there's one thing that's true, it's that if you're an elephant, you should be in the room. It's very true. So I'm wanting to name this elephant in the room, and I'm wanting to say what's in my head, which is, yes, I am. No, you can't. And mostly it's crisps and crosswords, and yes, the crumbs get in the duvet. But I know I can't say this, so that makes me even hotter. Meanwhile, the droning from the stage, the speakers are really rubbish, and I'm thinking to myself, I could have trained them. I could have coached those speakers to speak more and to speak better. And then I think, how blinking arrogant is that? And my arrogance makes me feel guilty, and that makes me even hotter. So I'm getting frustrated. I'm hot. I don't know what to do with myself. And then I remember my little toy in the bag. And I think, I need to release some tension right now. So I slide it slowly out of my bag. I switch it on. And immediately the tension starts to ebb away. And I start to feel better. But I hadn't banked on the fact that previous to this, the only noise in the room was the droning of the chief exec. But now, there's another noise. And it's the droning, the buzzing, perhaps the vibration of my toy. And I realise there are people looking at me, a bit like you are now, just putting two and two together and making a threesome. I just made that bit up right then. That was really cool. Anyway. Shh, not yet. Sound innovation, anyway. And so I'm thinking, I've got to switch it off. This actually did really, really happen. And I'm thinking, I've got to switch it off. I can't switch the damn thing off. It's just making it worse. And now it looks even worse as well. And nothing's happening, except everybody's looking at me and nobody's listening to the speaker, and they're all nudging each other and kind of grinning and smiling, and the lawyers have just gone into overdrive. And in the end, I think, I can't switch it off. I'm just going to have to fess up so they at least know what it is. So I pull it out in a flash, and then I shout, "It's all right, it's my fanny! A fan! It's a fan!" And I realise all hope is lost, because I ain't going back there anytime soon. And the only thing left open to me was to drink as much of the free wine as I could possibly drink. And as I say, I'm not really very good at drinking. I was trying to drown my embarrassment. And so that night, I really didn't sleep well. I was waking hourly with hot sweats from the alcohol and the shame and the embarrassment and just the whole thing. And so my idea worth sharing that I wanted to share with you tonight is this little experiment that I thought I might have a go at, which is to go with the flow, to just kind of embrace where I'm at with this roller coaster of hormones, and just to take a break, to take a rest whenever I can. And it's been a bit of a week actually for me, don't know about you, been a bit busy. And today has been, wow, a complete blast. It's been mega. So I'm a bit tired and I've been a bit hot. And so I wondered if you'd just bear with me and let me try out my experiment right now, and I'll just have a little nap. Good night.
Pam Burrows!